All right, let's go right now.
Wait, no,
All right, hurry up.
You just got to edit it all.
Max Cox Podcast, take one.
Hello and welcome to Max Cox's Big 25, where we discuss college football top 25 rankings and also the top 10, and then we'll be ranking 11 through 25 rankings, and then we'll look at next week's top 10s game. So, welcome Mitchell, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, some movement, some shifts in the top 25. The top 10, we got Oregon at first, Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, Miami 4, 5 is Texas. Penn State dropped, but they're at 6 now. Tennessee is at 7. Indiana stayed the same. And, Indiana, sorry about that. Indiana into the top 10, ranking up 5 positions, and they're at 8 now. 9 is BYU, and 10 is Notre Dame. How do you think that list goes?
I like the list. I think Oregon will deserve number 1, beating a lot of good teams. For me, I think Georgia's going to fall pretty soon. I think they're going to drop out of the top 10. Call me crazy, but I think Georgia will. Ohio State, I like them at 3. Miami at 4. I feel like Miami's going to drop out of the top 4 as well. Okay. And then I would think Texas would move up. Penn State really hasn't done much this year. Penn State has really just barely lost to Ohio State and just been a Big Ten team. I don't think they deserve it. Number 7, Tennessee, I like that. Indiana at 8, I really like that. 10-0. Not 10-0, 9-0. So very historic season for Indiana. And then BYU deserves to be, 9, maybe even higher than that. And then Notre Dame at 10, I like Notre Dame at 10.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I agree with that. Still, though, Georgia just stayed the same. Nothing huge. They just beat Florida. Not a very impressive win, but still got the win in Gainesville. And then nothing really huge besides Ohio State beating Penn State, but that was kind of expected, even though Penn State was ranked ahead. But I think a lot of people could agree that Penn State probably was a little overrated. They were always overhyped.
They're not a top 10 caliber team, in my opinion.
For sure. So then we got 11 through the 25. We got Bama ranking up 3, and they're at 11 now. Boise State going up again. And then
Listening to something. Is there a reason you're doing that?
Me?
Who's listening to something?
Oh, my bad.
I mean,
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
very
you can hear
rude.
it.
Very rude.
You can hear that?
Oh, woo!
Hurry up.
All right, let's go. Hurry up.
Edit it out.
Hurry up, go, all right.
Edit that part out.
3, 2, 1, go.
And then we got SMU at 13, LSU at 14. We got Texas A&M at 15. 16 is Ole Miss. I have a feeling that they're going to stay there or go down,
I actually like Ole Miss going in the top 10 this week.
Oh, really?
This upcoming week, excuse me.
Think so?
I really do. I think they win this game against Georgia.
You think? So you think they're going to upset Georgia?
I do. I think it's gonna be an upset alert.
Okay. And then we got Iowa State at 17, Army at 18, Clemson at 19 after being ranked highly this year at the start. But Georgia,
Disappointing season for
Georgia
Clemson.
just demolished them. Washington State, we got at 20. They're a very solid year for them. Colorado, 6-2. I think I'm going to see them going 7-2 after next week, and they'll be going up. Kansas State at 22. Pittsburgh, 23. Vanderbilt, 24. And 25, Louisville. What are your top picks for those 11 through 25 rankings?
I really don't think LSU will do too much against Alabama this week. Alabama's just going to dismantle them. It's not even going to be close. The quarterback play hasn't been good. Colorado, one of the teams you mentioned, I think Colorado will move up, but I think they'll have some late season trouble.
Gotcha.
They won't make the top 20. They won't make the college football playoff, but I think they'll be ranked very highly. Maybe a New Year's Six bowl game, or excuse me, not New Year's Six, one of the higher bowl games. I think Army might get into the college football playoff as well, if not ranked highly at the end of the season.
Sure.
Big game against Notre Dame in 2 weeks.
Yep.
I think Vanderbilt will lose this week as well. But I think the real winner out of all these teams is Ole Miss. I think they're gonna upset Georgia. I think they will.
Gotcha. Interesting pick. We'll see how that goes into next week.
Absolutely.
Team that I think my favorite and the winner is Boise State. They lost to Georgia State early in the year, but
it was I believe it was Oregon. They lost to Oregon, I believe.
Boise State.
Yeah, they had a huge win against. I believe it was Georgia Southern. Ashton Jeanty 6 touchdowns that game.
Right. Yeah.
That's the reason I remember.
And so They got a solid quarterback there. I don't recall his name, but he's been playing pretty solid.
Absolutely.
And with Ashton Genty, they're just able to spread that offense. And so they got that run game, and teams are so focused on just having him on lockdown. And then the QB and the wide receivers can have a good game sometimes because of that.
Absolutely.
So that's my favorite and winner of the 11 through 25 rankings. And so we'll take a look at the top 5 or top 10 games for next week, and we will see who you have bumping up. So we got Texas playing Florida. It'll be an interesting game.
Oh, it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be
And then,
Texas by 1,000,000.
Okay. And then Miami, Georgia Tech. You think that game's going to be good?
Georgia Tech upset alert.
You heard it from Mitchell first. Ohio State, Purdue. Not a very big game. Purdue's 1-7 going into this game. Just not very impressive.
It's gonna be a blowout.
Okay.
It's not even gonna be close.
Gotcha. We have Georgia, Ole Miss. You were saying upset on that one, right?
Upset alert.
All right.
Give me Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart and the squad. They're gonna be too much for Georgia, especially at home in Vaught Hemingway.
Okay.
Georgia's gonna be seeing ghosts. Carson Beck probably gonna throw another 2-interception game if I had to guess.
All right. Indiana, Michigan. Michigan being the national championships last year, and then coming in this year not having a great season, not even ranked anymore.
Yeah.
After being ranked top 10 at the start of the season. So what do you think about that?
Indiana. I feel like it's gonna be a close one. Indiana. This is probably Indiana's first real test.
Okay.
But give me Indiana
All right.
in a close one.
All right. Awesome. We got probably a game that won't be televised too much, not a lot of publicity, but Oregon, Maryland. Maryland's not one of those teams that's kind of not really there in the college football scene, but
Yeah.
still, it's a game.
I think it'll be close at first, and then Oregon's just gonna pull away with it.
Gotcha. All right, we got Notre Dame, Florida State. What do you think about that one?
Florida State is
Abysmal.
they are they're like a garbage can,
Yeah.
And I feel like Florida versus Florida State at the end of the year is gonna be battle of the garbage cans. I mean, Florida State is just they're just not a good football team. So give me Notre Dame by 1,000,000.
Yeah, and then I have something to add on to that. Give me Florida State upsetting Florida at the end of the year, man? I mean, it'll be a great game.
Nothing to lose from either team.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's that. And then we got Penn State, Washington. Washington being the runner-up national championships last year, made it to the national championship game, but did not win. Who do you have?
Give me Penn State. Penn State, they are, I don't think, top 5 caliber, top 10 caliber, but, Washington just hasn't been that football team this year.
Sure.
But another game I want to highlight is Alabama LSU. I think Alabama's going to go into Death Valley and get it done.
You think so?
I think so.
All right. Then the last one, we got BYU Utah. That's an in-state rivalry. They don't play each other that often.
Yeah.
But still in-state rivalry. You're kind of playing for pride there.
I'm going to go with BYU, but it's going to be very close.
Very close. All right.
Give me BYU, go Cougs.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. We got starting at 3:30 Georgia, Ole Miss, and then we got some early games. So
Absolutely.
Very looking forward to it a lot. And so that'll be it. And thank you for watching. Thank you, Mitchell.
Of course.